We become transformed into somebody who knows how to be there and knows how to be God's mercy for somebody going through the thing that we just went through, right? Hey everybody, my name is Jason Gray, and this is my story. The most challenging season in my life. After 23 years of marriage, I went through a divorce. It was very dramatic and traumatic and very, very painful. And it nearly destroyed me. Sometimes I wonder if it might still. I remember thinking, like half of all marriages fail. How do so many people go through this and survive? Because it was just so traumatic, I'd never prayed harder for anything in my life. And my experience of God had always been, He'd swoop in and save the day in the 11th hour, So I was really trusting Him to do that. Your whole kind of understanding of who you are in the world is built on these major pieces of your identity. So I was a father, I was a husband, I was a Christian, I was in the ministry. Man, when that tsunami came through and knocked out these major pieces of my life, it's very confusing, very disorienting, and it's taken me a while to get my feet back underneath me again, For a long time, my relationship with God was maybe kind of like a older married couple with years of disappointment and resentment between them, where you don't like each other very much, but you still watch TV together, My experience of losing my faith was I could feel it slipping away from me. I would have moments where I was like, oh man, I don't think I believe anymore. And I really didn't want it to go. I was doing all the things I knew to keep my faith, because it was a comfort to me. My life was built around it. My career was built around it, so it's very inconvenient. So I lost my faith, and then I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Having experienced depression taught me to not make a decision based on where I'm at in this feeling. Wait until the next feeling comes along, and then you might have clarity. So I didn't know if this was a passing thing, so I thought, I'm not gonna pack up my guitar and leave the ministry yet. I'm going to continue to speak what I have been speaking my whole ministry, and speak it in faith that it'll come back to me. But it wasn't coming back. And after about 8 months, it just became clear, like, you know what? I don't think it's coming back. And then it was, I was doing a tour with an author radio host named Brant Hansen. And we just had really good conversation on that tour. Woke up the next morning in Cincinnati, and I'm on my phone, and I see that Rolling Stone has an interview with Bono about U2's new album. Reading through it, and in the interview, he's talking with the interviewer about Psalms. And he reads a psalm to the interviewer, and I'm reading it. And all of a sudden, it comes alive for me after so long of it just being dead. And all of a sudden, faith just kind of rushed back into me and was present in me again, and I wept, and I can't explain it. I don't know what all that means. I just know that it went away when I didn't want it to, and it came back when I wasn't looking for it to come back. And all of that gave me some kind of a sense of like my faith as this. I used to think that I was in charge of it and responsible to nurture it and all these things, and there's truth in that, but that experience made me feel like, oh, faith is kind of its own thing. And and I better have a healthy respect for it. And I'm not in control of it, but I get to participate and collaborate with it. It's being built now with stronger materials, I guess. There's a song I love that goes, you always build it better the second time around. The beautiful thing about the difficulties we go through is the worst things that happen to us, the worst things that we do or are responsible for, we have a place to bring all that brokenness, and we bring it to God again and again. And He takes it and He turns it around and He makes something beautiful out of it, right? Because the worst things that have happened to us or that we've done do not get to have the final word over our lives. But His love gets to have the final word, and He makes something beautiful out of all that. He makes you and me beautiful through all that,